Alright, so as most of you know, I'm a huge fan of 3D and films and to max them together, and I love it. And so these days, the technology and the use of 3D and film has finally reached this point where I think it's being done right. Studios are not really pushing the post-conversions as much like they did with some of those past movies like Avatar, The Last Airbender, and they're starting with 3D from the first camera roll. But I'm wondering, is it too late now? See, the issue arose in the infancy of 3D films. I mean, it was kind of a gamble and a gimmick, and no one really knew what was going to happen. But it allowed studios to really rake in some extra cash, because let's face it, you're paying for the glass that you have to return at the end of the movie. But in the rush for money, many films were just kind of thrown into the post-conversion 3D process, whereas others were actually thought out. But like anything, the few bad apples ruined it for the whole. But looking at films like Avatar, you know, the one with the blue aliens that James Cameron, it shows what brilliant work can be done by using 3D intentionally, not as an afterthought or a gimmick. Now we're getting into the point where 3D is being used really well. We get movies like Tintin and the Avengers. Hell, even most of the Marvel Cinematic Universes are coming out in 3D, and they're just awesome. Plus, Pixar is fully embracing the 3D wave, and we're seeing more and more 3D films coming out that are really using the technology correctly. But it's not really just correctly, it's excellently. Is excellently even a word? Excellently? I'm going to use it now when describing 3D films excellently. But so 3D films compared to their 2D counterparts, they actually can make a world of a difference when you're watching them, from storytelling into settings. Now I know I mentioned Avatar earlier, but it is a completely different movie in 3D than it is in 2D. Just watch 2, it's an entirely different experience. The same goes with Tintin and quite a few of the other movies. When done right, 3D really draws you into the world and you just have an amazing, excellently experience. So why is this not coming across in the home market? I love my 3D TV, but outside of the 3D Blu-rays I have, there's no other media that is really utilizing this functionality. The last generation gaming console supported 3D, but they did nothing with it. Like there's 1 or 2 games that maybe used it. The new generation seems to be on a holding pattern when it comes to 3D, and on the TV side, ESPN seems to be the only one saying, yeah, 3D, let's rock it. ESPN, really. There's a whole 3D channel on YouTube, but it's all mostly IMAX style works and concerts and documentaries. So I'm wondering, where's the support for this rising acceptance of 3D technology in media? There's obviously a market for it. Go look at TVs and some computers. 3D is an option everywhere, and with all new TVs being smart TVs, Netflix and Hulu apps being a standard feature, it's time for 3D to really break into the home market more. It's not hard to film in 3D as it is, you know, making 2D 3D, but going from 3D to 2D is super easy. You just have to apply a filter and bam! The 2 images merge into one. I know, we've edited this stuff before. So what's holding it up? Are we still mad about the movies like Clash of the Titans? Or are there more people out there that just can't handle the 3D style? I really know it's not for everyone, and it's always an optional feature, but more often than not, people are just really enjoying it and just kind of latching on to 3D technology more and more. So I say, embrace the future of entertainment, people. You don't know what you're missing when it comes to 3D. Let's bring it back to the home market and just enjoy what you have.